Check it out. You're looking at the Kennedy Space Center, where NASA is counting down to its most ambitious moon mission in half a century. Welcome back to CBS Mornings. Blast off for the Artemis 1 mission is scheduled for Monday morning. A successful test flight would put the U.S. one step closer to returning astronauts to the lunar surface. The revived moon program has had to deal with massive delays and giant cost overruns that threaten to ground it. Mark Strassmann is at the Kennedy Space Center. Mark, good morning. Everybody waiting for this to happen.
Good morning to you, Jamie. Yeah, returning astronauts to the moon has been America's on-again, off-again goal for the last 20 years, and NASA's had to keep moving its target date for a moon landing. Now that becomes expensive, but that's also only one reason behind Artemis's soaring costs.
It's got to be one of the most proud moments of my life, I guarantee you.
Our interest in exploring the moon has waxed and waned over the half-century since Apollo and these images. The big question, when will we see moonwalkers again? NASA Administrator Bill Nelson.
On this schedule, we think we will land at the end of 25.
25.
That's our plan.
Is a 2025 moon landing realistic?
No.
Paul Martin is NASA's Inspector General, the in-house watchdog for a can-do space agency.
And that culture of optimism results in unrealistic cost and schedule projections.
And why is that?
I think for two main reasons. The first is the technical complexity of the mission.
Understandable.
This is difficult stuff. And the second, they do wonderful things, but they have less than stellar project management practices.
The Artemis program is years behind schedule and billions over budget. Total spent so far, $40 billion. The first 4 launches will cost $4 billion apiece. The worry here, that level of spending is not sustainable.
At $4.1 billion per launch, you're going to be limited to one launch perhaps every other year. And that cadence of launches is not going to achieve NASA's mission of having a permanent presence on the lunar surface.
The dollars just aren't endless.
The dollars aren't going to be there.
Last November, Martin's office published this reality check, Artemis's total costs, something NASA had never revealed.
And what is the price tag?
From fiscal 2012 through fiscal 2025, $93 billion.
Yes, space flight is expensive. And when you are doing new things for the first time, it's expensive. Over time, that cost is going to come down dramatically.
One cost-cutting move, reusing the Orion crew capsule on later flights. But the massive Space Launch System rocket is single-use. Mandated by Congress, built by NASA's Space Shuttle-era contractors, and at least $2 billion over budget. It's currently the only rocket powerful enough to lift Orion to lunar orbit.
If there were an equally capable but cheaper commercial alternative, would you consider it?
Of course, but there isn't, and there won't be for a while. This is the only rocket and spacecraft that are here, and we're ready to go.
But Nelson agrees challenges remain for a 2025 moon landing, a lunar lander to take astronauts down to the surface, and spacesuits for moonwalking, both still in development, both behind schedule.
By spending much more, perhaps, than it should have cost, NASA can do less science and do less exploration. And it's going to take NASA longer to accomplish those missions.
Have you projected what is a realistic date for American boots to be back on the moon?
The earliest possible we see is some point in late 2026. But even I think that's optimistic.
Long-term, NASA wants to take what it learns on the moon and put astronauts on Mars. But here's what NASA's Inspector General told us. Either the space agency learns to spend its money more effectively and efficiently, or those Mars dreams will become pipe dreams.
Ooh.
Back to you guys.
Wow. Oh, Mark, that's a heck of a piece, really crystallizing it there, hearing Mr. Nelson and Mr. Martin go toe-to-toe in those two interviews. Thank you very much.
I feel bad for Mr. Martin.
Yeah, I don't think
He's like the fun police.
I don't think he's popular at lunch. You know, people aren't swinging by the office and they're like, "Hey, we're all going for drinks. Come with us."
But we're all excited about these launches, and then you hear the numbers from 2012 to 2025. $93 billion.
That's a reality check,
but
isn't it?
It is a reality check, but, you know, it is expensive to go to space, and why do we explore?
Right.
Because we're human.
Exactly.
All right?
And it costs money to do something we've never done, right?
Can't put a price on that.
Can't put a price on that.